will be Divinity or Bigetron. We're talking it straight up point. There's one more last clip on Divinity. One more last clip. And Insanity. Insanity is down. There you go. Chicken dinner for Bigetron in Game 3 today.
Make a big noise playing in the street. Gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face. You big disgrace. Kicking your can all over the place. Singing we will rock you.
Tormenting the players now.
Hey man, first come, first serve. Only the strong will survive here. But yeah, considering that the flight path is more towards, slanted towards the southern side, a lot of teams, northern side is going to be pretty much untouched, and the circle already determined to be in the northeastern side of the map, Cosmodrome. You can see everybody who was like, oh, let's just drop. Okay, we got to go north. Head north, head north.
Okay, that circle may fall into just that middle towards the end. I'd like to see that again. For a third game, we're going to see an open game.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
No.
I'm just learning to be evil from Gideon.
Looks like it's rubbed off, but the game has started. The players are dropping in. Let's see how this is going to pan out.
Well, it's the first day for everyone for first day Vikendi map, so we're gonna see some clashes of the compound to 1-over for either of this team. Divinity, they haven't been doing great and just walked into Miss Rose Esports as well. So Syndicate's team, how are they gonna handle this across the bridge?
Looks like he's gonna drive over the ice. He's not gonna meet anybody there, luckily. So again, they're getting a good look over the provinces, seeing if anybody else is within the area before they start planning out their path.
They're just across each other that we can see here on the map right now. I wonder does Miss Rose Esport does know the opponents are just across the river there. They probably heard something from the vehicle when they got it there, but I'm not too sure if they really know or they were just too focused on looting.
I think they have an idea, but like not pinpoint.
What's the point of having information of a team's opponent and you don't have any clear on you? You have to find that one first. It's pointless if you're just gonna pan it out. We're waiting for a pan fight, yes, but it's not gonna happen this week. Trust me, nobody gonna play pan fight this week.
Oh, boo! We want pan fights. This is my impression of chat. Boo! Pan fights.
So yeah, Bigetron just now kind of go into the area with the same compound of Tara. Tara has been sharing a lot of early drop compound, right? It's so hard for them to actually secure themselves one compound and not contested by any other teams.
Yeah, and here we're getting a good view of where Trader is
Those
right
are
now.
warnings are there. No, looks like Axis pass by. Happy now in a little bit of trouble there, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like all shots onto him, and now all eyes change over to the other team there.
What were they thinking? Again, Axis just walked into two team territory without any warning. They should have sent the scout, but the scout is always the one who finished off super fast, like you said before. And the rest of the team didn't even get information. Then they arrived at almost the same time. But Net, on the other hand, taking down Resurgence, and look at that, they return back the fire for both team. Oh, who is actually winning this? Voki's going at it. There goes his player control with a micro.
No!
Oh my goodness me, that was super close, but Net trumps off and finish off the whole team just now.
Oh, that's super unfortunate. Didn't turn the corner enough, but 15 teams. First team to go out, Resurgence?
Oh, that is not a great picture to start with for Resurgence in this map.
But Voki should have just probably left that area. I mean, he got a little bit of cover at the side there. Maybe use some of those first aids or something before rushing in. There was like a last tap death.
Well, I definitely think that he was pretty confident. He did have the Uzi, so technically he would have won in terms of rate of fire. However, the one tap it's really not in his favor at all. It's like an 80-20% chance that he actually comes out.
He didn't hit like at the center of a person, you know. He just hit like a little bit of finger and toes and hit a little bit of a HP. And the thing is, Micro Uzi has the most fastest firing rate, but in terms of damage wise, if you fight against AKM,
again, he was. Let's remind us that he was at 1 HP basically. So he was taking a 8 to 10 chance of maybe missing all the shots and hopefully killing him with the micro Uzi.
Yeah, it's just a flick of a win and he will die. But unfortunately, Yep, not the right choice. But then again, let's look at the drop. Another drop nearby. Team number 1, number 4 actually. Not too far away. And the circle close in and looks like, let's see, Impunity has the middle circle for this moment.
Oh, but I do see Pavoso is very populated and Bigetron just walk into Tara's area. And there's also another team nearby behind them and they are gatekeeping this for Tara. Look at that spray. Really giving off them like just shoosh away. This is our place. And ooh, they managed to knock and return back Maffin on his knees straight away.
Okay, so they've knocked each other down 1-for-1 so far, but a really good shot coming in from Bigetron, just snatching it away, snatching that kill away, no problem. And we got to remember that Kevin is still to win it, so they can go get him for the revive. He's going to heal back up, and now it's going to be a 4v3 in favor of Bigetron.
And looks like now Tara chooses to leave that area. They are leaving. Lynx is driving away. Only 2 left on the team of Tara. Ladies and gentlemen, so it looks like BTI actually won that fight. Now they have control over that area. They're probably going to stay there for a little bit, just like how they played in the last 2 games as well. That'll probably be what they want to do.
Oh, just now they were waiting in the tunnels of around there. That's imagine if you want to go out, and I've seen players barricade that with some vehicles. They cannot come out if the blue's actually closing in.
Yeah.
But this is actually the 3rd airdrop of the day around Trevno. Quite a loot that everybody really needs, especially the teams that not having themselves a level 3 equipment yet.
Yep. Team Secret now, they do have the compound to themselves and they are also gatekeeping at the same time. So they're in a pretty good spot, I'd say.
Because
I'm thinking quite a lot. Yeah,
I'm thinking because I'm trying to figure out the next rotation that they're going to make. Because right now we don't know where the next circle is going to be just yet, entirely just yet. And the gatekeepers are towards the southwestern side of the map. And my only issue is that people towards the northern side aren't getting punished hard enough, and eventually people who are stuck on the western side are going to get collapsed by both south and north. And again, it feels like that Bigetron situation where somehow teams just want to get rid of you. People on your left and right, they can shoot their right sides and left sides, but instead they just target you. So I don't know.
You don't want to be the team that gets sandwiched again and again. That's what happened to Bigetron throughout the whole games today.
Exactly.
It's really tough to play them though.
They're still a pretty decent team so far considering the performance. It's just a little unfortunate situations, but I think some people need to start taking initiative while not waiting for the circle to go in, but take initiative to look to get a more central position of the map, like Impunity. However, Impunity's position is a little sketchy here.
Well, talking about sketchy, at least BTR this time they're changing their tactics. Now they have these buildings to actually help them out as a fortress. Finally. If not, we may see them again in an open area just using the terrains. It's very, very risky, but now they switch up their play. So looks like they're starting to learn, like, okay, how are these teams performing? What do they do? Okay, let's do something that counters whatever these teams like to do.
Yeah. It feels bad for them though. Every single time they ended up in an open field and always smoke up in the middle of nowhere. Nothing to hide from, and there apparently some teams, more than 2 teams surrounding them. Hopefully things are going great for them this time around, but Divinity Impact really want to gatekeeping the edge of the circle here, and they are segregated, and this is the scout. Impact is playing the scout to just make sure the transmission of the information is on point for the team.
Yeah, what I really like about I think Divinity is actually greeting out here. They're going to go into a vehicle to quickly go get the supply drop and come back. They are giving up their gatekeeping position. Trader, I'm pretty sure they do hear the vehicle, but they don't necessarily need to respond to this. But they could look to push in. They're just unsure how many other teams are within the circle.
But at the same time, we do see that Bapa they are right smack in the middle of the circle, just like how they did in previous games. Will this give them that placement that they need? But they also need kills at the same time.
That's true.
But it looks like H2O, whoa, they're so near. They're so near. Another one, Miss Rose Syndicate is just across them. Anything could happen at this point.
The thing is, everybody's gatekeeping inside of circle. Do you think any of those who are actually outside of the safe zone are going to stay safe and alive by the end of the next phase?
I mean, considering what the kill feed was just now, I think an entire squad, almost an entire squad just got knocked down there. I think one person did survive, as there's still 15 teams on the map. But yeah, I would agree that the bloodbath is really brewing up here.
Oh, but talking about brewing out, looks like we do see here Andy just behind those walls. But the blue zone is just not in their favor. But then again, this is still the 4th blue zone. It is still okay. You can still tank it out. But would you want to be that in that situation? Looks like not. Team number 12 and Omar right now. Looks like he's been spotted out 50% live. Immediately uses the first aid kit.
And Mount Cranston is really a far journey to go towards Peshkova now, and both two teams are not beneficial each other for H2O and as well as team number 7, which is Miss Rose Esports Syndicate. At the same time, we're looking at Team Secret fighting against Trader. There's so many teams surrounding them. There's also Nat around there somewhere. One more team is no recall happened to tail Team Secret from behind.
I mean, despite having, you know, really kitted out arsenal, level 3, pretty much everything at this point, it's not great. There's almost no cover. The landscape isn't exactly helping you at this point in time, so it's like, what can you really do? They have to start rotating out of here, but it looks like they already started this engagement here as Mantoy is making a drive around. The rest of Team Secret popping down the smoke during the distraction to allow themselves to try and get out of there.
Yep, looks like they are here to help out. Biu, just right in the middle of all the action. Uses his utilities and still managed to hang on to all that action. But we do see that, oh, looks like shots onto Nat here. They know they are being spotted out there. And April with the long shot, but it does not connect at all.
Yeah, Team Secret caught in between this time. Look at that pressure in the middle of a pit. It's so hard. High ground on in front of them, having Nat. And the other side now will joining in the fray is actually Divinity Esports from the flanks, and now they're rotating the other way around and being disengaged to a Team Secret, going for Divinity next. Look at that Juggernaut, straight out explosion down on his knees behind that rock.
Oh man, that explosion really was something. He would have survived that if not because of the explosion from the car, but unfortunately, just wrong moment.
No, this is not it. It's not over just yet. Team Secret is coming in from the back. They know everything that's going on. Divinity has already come. They hear the vehicle convoy pushing through, and now Team Secret slowly but surely need to heal back up, regroup, and reconsider what they're doing here, because now Divinity trying to push out of there to get away to find some kind of safety before the rest of the teams start collapsing on them.
Matoy better be quick here because he's right out in the open. Little does he know Divinity Esports is actually really close by. Divinity Esports, if they only could take that shot. And now the utilities goes out just to protect Matoy from being scouted out, but looks like he's lucky there not to get sniped out.
Now we're gonna look on the other side of the map, which already inside of the circle we have 4-way of war. Axis just joined in behind Dingoes, but who's actually tunneling down on Bapak? We do have Trader around there somewhere as well. So everybody got themselves a whole of a fortress and compound, making sure they're holding it in, and nobody's trying to engage for us yet.
Smokes have already been popped. Every team is there. I think I do see a Molotov already been broken down there. Utility items are being used, but the gunshots are completely going air. Juggernaut goes down, unfortunately.
Oh man, feels bad. Nobody actually tried to save him.
I don't think they can. They can't walk up. It's open area. And now FV against WoW right now. The shots are being fired both sides in understanding the situation that they're all in. However, Squad 9 is going to be pushing up forward.
Oh no, wow, Esport is really in a tough spot. Look at that, so many teams, Impunity, FV as well, H2O is pinning them down. But at the same time, we're looking at Bigetron, trying to get everybody covered. This is a huge advantage for them.
It almost feels like Bigetron want to come from the side and actually just wipe them all out while they all have fun at each other, while they try to reset themselves after that. But it looks like we do see here Kiddo just trying to get away from all that action. Jaeger just throwing it all out, but okay, he's still hanging on behind this wall.
Oh, what do you think about this? This is not a pretty sight for the teams, but I think this is interesting for us.
Of course it's interesting for us, but I would hate to be in the position because Impunity now have to really clean up this fight, and they need to clean it up fast because the circle is starting to scroll back. It is going to start scrolling in, and this is phase 6, so it does hurt a lot more than it should. But now you can see both teams are slowly pushing out. Squad 12 is also pulling away, knowing that the circle is closing in, but they will gatekeep to make sure that WoW can't get away from this.
Yeah, and then off the map, there's also another war going on for Team Secret, who just managed to bombard Team Trader just now. But wow, Hi is really saying goodbye. Maybe soon enough. He doesn't want to stay here too long. How much? 10 more seconds. He really need to make a go. He need to pop up the smoke and make sure that he's covered and have evasion towards the inside of the blue zone. Is not really great. Look at that straight away bandaging. Oh man, this is tough for those actually outside of circle.
Oh man, I can just see like 5 teams on the mini map right now. They are really close to each other. Looks like Impunity tries to get away from the action, but oh, shots being fired out at the same time. 1 kill before you get away from the rest of the action. That was really a quick move indeed. Very well done.
The drive-by worked out well this time as Team Secret now from the north side have to push in towards the circle. They don't really have to worry too much as they play outer circle for now. The only squad nearest to them is Trader Esports, who is also slightly to the left of them.
Yeah, well, Bigetron tried to actually picking on every side they can. They pick fights everywhere for them, who just walk into their compound. Just now, Team Unbeatable, who shamelessly tried to claim this compound for themselves by being ambushed and bombarded by Team Bigetron. That was really, really tough wipe for Team Beatable, but now Team Secret Macho coming up from behind, trying to get from the smoke. He look at the silhouette, still managed to clip a lot of HP at that.
Yes, he was definitely very calm there in terms of taking those shots, and they connect very, very well. And now Matoy making those rotations, and now he needs to save Yuhai, reviving up. Hurry up before the smoke ends. You can do it. About 5 more seconds more before he's being found out. But they also have Bubu somewhere in the vicinity as well, just to keep an eye on what they're doing.
And here's just like an overview of the map to see how ridiculous this is. It's 6 and there are 8 teams. It's phase 6 and there are 8 teams still standing with 24 alive.
8 teams in a very small phase 6 circle. It's really hard for these guys to fight, but like it or not, they have to actually reset their economy as well. We see how many resources have been used for all the teams, and they need to have more. It's not enough with what they just have right now.
And the worst part is that even if they do take out a squad to take their resources, most of the utilities have been used by pretty much everyone at this point just to protect themselves.
And that's right. And one more thing is that the circle is so small, even though you try to reset everything, do you have enough time to pick everything all up? Because you might get ambushed from the next team.
Oh, Matoy with those shots, but again, it does not connect because there is a stone just protecting the opponent on the other side. So Matoy trying to find that angle there, trying to get that flank, but just need to use that terrain, just need to use the trees to his advantage there. And now looks like shots go out, and looks like they are just going head on head at each other at this point. Yuhai has now resetted himself, and he's back in action again.
Oh, they're actually just next to Trader. How can they keep it so quiet for Trader Esports? While Bigetron going at it with Dingoes. Look at that. Bappa is also aiming for Dingoes, who kind of got clumped up in between. We have Impunity Jaeger at the back. So Axis is also in between. Divinity, only one person being super sneaky behind there.
They get the initial knockdown on one trainer's members here, but they need to start pushing up, do it fast, take advantage of this, and get the free points, but Pew Pew actually gets knocked down by a team member from Bappa, but they have to take care and deal with the problem at hand. Trader needs to go down. Vertex, he needs to hold on for as long as possible here, but he's losing life quick.
Oh my god! There was a nice flanking coming in rush without any hesitation, but Matoy can heal himself on time now. That was a great play. He didn't hesitate at all.
No hesitation. Confidence is what Matoy is breathing right now. He's just going left and right, left and right. It looks like Yuhai will die outside of the play zone, ladies and gentlemen. And now we see Jaeger on one side trying to move it. Jaeger now in trouble, uses the first in an open area. No.
That was literally in the line of sight of Bigetron. What was he thinking?
I think he was hoping for a little too much, or he was hoping that Bigetron just happened not to see him there. Because again, they didn't take shots almost straight away. He pushed up a little bit. He didn't even get the ADS before he got gunned down.
And we're talking about Boyka's team here. They are very experienced, but Bappa at the same time pinned down Axis. They are really short on man, and Boyka is still scoping in for the rest of a team for Dingoes.
And no one is actually in the circle at this moment. Everyone's locked down in the compound here, just outside of the circle. Who will give in? Who will look at the timer and say, okay, we gotta leave right now? But looks like Dingoes lost one, but just fragged out one there. Only 6 teams left. 18 alive, ladies and gentlemen. And first aid kit comes out by Dingoes. They need to reset themselves quickly.
But they have to move quickly as well, because we look at this, nobody in the safe zone just yet, and Dingo's really hiding himself in the smoke at the corner of the walls, and the rest of Team Bigetron is just right outside of their compound.
Yep, and we do see here Papa, but okay, he got the shot. Ooh.
Oh, that was super close.
Yeah, too close for comfort here. There's still too many teams. 5 teams already, and this is phase 8. This is unbelievable. As Bappa is still in this game. The smokes are being deployed. BTR already with a vehicle going for the outer circle. Has to get out. He crashes into the rock. Oh boy, now he's completely out of position. BTR completely split apart down as people on the south side are still having their war. Papa Trixie. Oh no, he's been spotted!
Oh my goodness, surprise! There you go. Trying to just throw the smoke, but it didn't happen. And now down to 4 teams. Boyka, AROV trying to find the positioning of Divinity. And there you go. He tried to smoke and rush in front, trying to advance himself into the circle, because this is the only hope that he can do to move from a blue zone into a safe zone there in the middle of it.
Yeah,
BTR still with a complete team there. They have eyes on their opponents right here. Oh, and just look at that impact, just taking those shots. But that tree just helps to protect BTR from those shots there. Boyka looks like he'll be flushed out here. Boyka will be forced to make a move, but then again, those smokes really help him. He can still stay in those smokes for a while, but impact, do you really want to show yourself? Or from another direction, you're going to get a shot on. So who's going to do what right now? And looks like number 14, we do see a Dingo's MZ just tanking it out. He does have a couple more. He can probably get the higher placing from that.
He's trying so hard, hoping one team will be wiped out. Will be Divinity or Bigetron. We're talking it straight up point. There's one more last clip on Divinity. One more last clip. And Insanity. Insanity is down. There you go. Chicken dinner for Bigetron in Game 3 today.
Oh, there we go. Represent. Amen to these guys. Bigetron finally clutching out the win this time after some really unfortunate game 1s in 2 situations.